Welcome to episode 253 of the 2 Minute Warning. Today I'm looking at the Tennessee Titans versus the Baltimore Ravens matchup in the AFC playoffs. Tennessee Titans finished 11-5 at the fourth seed in the AFC. Baltimore Ravens finished 11-5 as well as the fifth seed in the AFC, and we will see this game be held in Tennessee for Super Wildcard weekend. My overall assumption for this game is which superstar between the two teams is going to outperform the other, and that will be the victor between Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. Congratulations to Derrick Henry hitting 2,000 rushing yards. That might put him in the front running position for MVP. I don't think it'll be enough of a milestone to get him the MVP award. He might deserve it. Just hitting that milestone is only done so many times in NFL history, but unfortunately for Aaron Rodgers performing so well, I think Derrick Henry will fall short. Then you got Lamar Jackson, who started the season 6-5, finished 11-5, and got the Ravens back into the playoffs. Congrats to him. And like I said, it's just going to come down to those two players, in my opinion. Yes, there's Ryan Tannehill for the Tennessee Titans, who has been performing well, but they have a defense that they really can't rely on to stop Lamar Jackson, especially with Jadeveon Clowney not being in there anymore. Not that he was going to be the XR to stop Lamar Jackson, but I definitely feel like he was a big name on the Tennessee Titans that you kind of wanted to look at, watch, rely on, see what kind of impact he can have with the game. He's injured. He's not playing for Tennessee. Then same thing for the Ravens. They do have some talent with Marcus Peters and a couple other guys in the secondary. However, they're a little banged up. And I do think they have potential to create some pressure and create a great lockdown area in the passing game. However, it's just they themselves have been banged up a little bit throughout this year. They're going to play, but I do think they're not going to be at their 100% A game, and that could open up the offense for Tennessee. So both teams, I do think, are relying on their offense, so not really relying on the defense to make a shutdown stop. I do like the Ravens defense much better than the Tennessee Titans defense. However, I do think this is an offensive game that will be won throwing or running the football. Lamar Jackson and pretty much Derrick Henry are both going to be running for a win. We know Lamar Jackson can pass the ball, but he's much better on his feet. And really, I think Lamar Jackson and the Ravens will win this game. However, I did say that last year, and I thought they would easily win the game last year. And I'm saying it this year. However, I could be wrong again. I'm not sure anyone really thought that the Tennessee Titans would beat Lamar last year also, though. But Lamar Jackson has a lot on the line as he has the story behind him that he can't win a playoff game. This will be his third playoff loss if he loses again to the Tennessee Titans. And the narrative is not going to look great for him if he does not win this game. I predict, to me, if you could stop Derrick Henry, the game is easily won for the Baltimore Ravens. However, that is much easier said than done. That has been the assumption anytime a team plays Tennessee Titans. If you could stop their workhorse running back, the game is won. Tannehill is a solid quarterback, but he's not going to get you a win like Derrick Henry does. So I do think that is obviously the clear-coat issue you need to address. However, that's been the clear-coat issue every team needed to address, and they've been lacking at doing it. So it is not going to be an easy task by any means. I would say, though, that Tannehill's passing game is much better than Tannehill's, especially Tannehill's passing game is much better than Lamar Jackson's. Tannehill having A.J. Brown, A.J. Sharp, Corey Davis. There's just AJ Brown, Corey Davis, and I forgot the first name of the guy named Sharp, and then Adam Humphries, Jonnu Smith. The weapons are there in the passing game, so the potential is there for the Baltimore Ravens to rely, or the Tennessee Titans to rely on their passing game. But we know the workhorse in the workload is going to go through Derrick Henry. However, I do think they have the passing game to fall back on. However, on the Ravens side, if Lamar Jackson's shut down in the running game, I do think he can pass the ball, but it's not much of a great game to fall back on as the Tennessee Titans. Yes, he himself has a couple weapons between Hollywood Brown, Mark Andrews, and I do think Dez Bryant is an underrated X factor, but I do think if they can't run the ball, if Lamar Jackson can't control the game at his own pace and be dominant and hold us a lead throughout the game, the Ravens are definitely going to struggle. Lamar Jackson plays best when he has a lead. A lot of other quarterbacks, that's not a trait you want to see. Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, they all play great no matter what no matter what the score is in the game. If they're ahead, if they're above. Lamar Jackson, he 100% plays the best when he's ahead and he's controlling the pace of the game. Do I think that'll catch them? Obviously it can if they're behind. However, if it's a close game and they're just scoring back and forth and there's not a huge fall back and Lamar Jackson's not trailing by a bunch of points, I think he's fine, and I think the Ravens will pull away with a win. I think the Titans will have a much harder time stopping Lamar Jackson than the Ravens will stopping Derrick Henry. I think the Ravens, like I said, between Dez Bryant being an underrated X factor, no, he's not going to win the game for the Ravens in my opinion, but I just think he's a big name and an extra piece that's very underrated for them, along with their stellar tight end Mike Andrews and the speed of Hollywood Brown. I think combined that Ravens offense can outscore the Tennessee Titans offense. I expect Derrick Henry to have a phenomenal game like he usually does, probably 115 yards, probably a touchdown. Tannehill will probably have 2 touchdowns himself with 250 yards. I definitely think this could be a high-scoring game, 35-28, 30-28, 30-25. I think there will definitely be multiple touchdowns on both teams, 3 to 4 touchdowns on each team. It'll be an interesting watch, but I do think the Baltimore Ravens will pull away with the win. Lamar Jackson will change his narrative and go on and face the Kansas City Chiefs and hopefully see if he can actually really step up and play his ultimate rivalry, who isn't really a rivalry because he's 0-3 against the Chiefs. It'll be interesting to see, but I got Baltimore winning this game. If Tennessee comes out and wins, I would not be surprised, but if I'm betting my own money, I'm rolling with the Ravens in this one. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. 2-minute warning.